Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Against the Storm, where I know I said there would probably be a couple of episodes before the next, a couple of days before the next episode, but then I hit a real bad patch of insomnia, and so here we are. You can see we've made it with plenty of time. I could have jammed another whole settlement in there, thanks to the extra seal fragments from doing events and whatnot. We are going into this with 3 parts, 25 leather and 10 amber. And all we got to do is make a seal with all of our trade goods heavily kneecapped on price. This is doable. I've done a couple of prestige 10s now. I definitely feel like this is doable. There is no difference in loot between these tiles. Okay. Let's go here, and you know how it is. You know what we do from this point. Am I remembering correctly that frogs and humans are both porridge? Yeah, that's pretty compelling. And this is the only way to start with 10 people as well, or 13 people, as the case may be. So yeah, I like that. I think we got to start with some stone that probably we are not saving to break stuff open. Probably this is just getting turned into bricks pretty quickly, but we'll try to open like a glade before we make that decision. We have some oil here, which I like a lot. There's a little bit of extra food. I'm debating whether I want our first spare point to be vegetables or just a bunch of spare wood. I kind of think that we should take the wood, honestly. Yeah, let's do that. And like, the most important thing here is going to be setting up the porridge quickly, both in terms of resource efficiency and in terms of getting some extra prestige under us, or some extra resolve under us quickly, so that we don't get into one of those like really bad storm situations really early on. And of course, this is the town of Mayor's Income. Mayor's Income, right next to Ghost Minneapolis, just like it is in real life. All right, so every 10 felled trees add 2 hostility, but woodcutters don't increase hostility, so we get ourselves into this situation again where we no longer have that particular lever to pull. But we do have the giant trees that we can cheat a little bit with. Just got to make sure that I am doing so. All right, let's go find it. And we know that, like, we know what the rune levels are going to be roughly at this point, right? So villagers have a 20% chance of doubling their yields during drizzle as long as they have a complex food need met. That's very whatever. That's a remarkably whatever. Off-road speed is decreased. Travel cost of trade routes is up. Pay 5 oil with each storm multiplied by the number of years. If we get to 7 hostility, the forest will just eat 1 person per year that has passed. Okay, let's try not to get to 7. 7's a lot. So we pulled harpies. That's pretty bad news in my opinion. Harpies have bad overlaps. No, that's horrible. I don't want harpies. Yeah, harpies have bad overlaps with the other 2. They have horribly, horribly low natural resolve. I guess paste, like, yeah, it's just paste that overlaps. That's really rough. Paste and the clothing elements. Okay, well, we'll try to make it work. Definitely going to be to our benefit to get fishing going quickly, because we're going to need the algae for cloth. Yes, I'll put you right here. We'll set up, obviously, a woodcutter's camp. There's a brickyard over there. That's interesting. There is, for sure, fertile soil in this one. Let's start with this because I want to open up this space around the hearth. Okay, this thing, and we'll just commit 3 people to this right away. Okay, they all stuck. We'll commit 3 people to this right away as well. Okay, and then we're gonna want where is it? We're gonna want a crude workstation up pretty quickly. And probably also this forager's camp going. So we'll start with all that. All right, get to it, friends. Let's throw a couple of folks. Actually, is this? Yeah, this is human specialized. So let's make sure we have 2 humans for that. You can be on this. Are we? Okay, we're frogs in the hearth to begin with. I think that's the right move. To do the thing we always do here. And like I said, I'm inclined to turn on the use of stone for brick making because we're going to need bricks for the frog houses, but we'll worry about that in a moment. So, unfortunately, this isn't going to cover all of our frog housing, and the frogs won't live in. Yeah, that's inconvenient. The frogs won't live in normal housing. So, well, all right. Nothing for it for the moment. I'm actually going to turn up the number of planks to go for until we start spending them. Just real quick here. All right, please do open the clearing, would you? Things that permanently lower hostility are unusually important in these types of situations, I think. Although, obviously, silent looting's not awesome. There's something to be said for crowded caravan, but of course, bringing on more people very quickly does also mean that you're pushing hostility more quickly. Or should we just reroll? I'm gonna take the crowded caravan. We're gonna try to make this work. Okay, I can't believe how long it took to get that open. So this is complete a Glade event in the next 10 minutes. I mean, I'm certainly going to try. I would get us the apothecary, which makes food that's only preferred by one person, along with the luxury good for only one person, and also dye, which I don't think we have a strong need of. Well, you can use dye in the production of paste. So honestly, this is not an amazing payout. Frogs to 20 is pretty doable. But actually, I think this is probably the best pull. The parts plus tools, I think, is the way to go. We could nail this right now, but I don't know that I want to. I think we're better off taking the wildfire essence. We're not planning to make pie, are we? I mean, we could. Pie is shared. Yeah, we could just take this and turn it in right now for extra people. I guess I'm going to. And then this is make 6 pipes and then give them to us versus hit 20 frog resolve. How long until we have the metal to make pipes is the question, I guess. But this does have more parts on it and it has more people. We can take that one. I don't know that I think either of those are particularly strong. All right, so what is our Glade event here? We got a withered tree. Cut it down now for just a bunch of useful free stuff. Yeah, I think that's probably the winner. just get 2 people on it right now. We'll just get it over with. Okay, we got some fertile ground. We got some clay deposits, which is pretty great news. That being the case, maybe I don't. Ooh, well. We could break this cache open real fast. We don't really need the scrolls, but they could be trade goods or whatever. And a bunch of bricks, like that's a very efficient rock to brick conversion. In addition to giving us 15 copper bars, it does not give us the rep that we need, obviously, but the rep is rarely the problem that we're having on these missions. So I think I actually am going to do this. I really do like that number of bricks getting pulled for us. And then I'm also going to assign the construction of the trading post. We'll make this a one-person job. Okay, and then we can put down the designs for the rest of the houses, right? So we'll need this many frog houses and that many human houses, I believe. And actually, once we pull the metal from this thing, we will be able to to produce pipes, turn in hydraulics real fast. My plan obviously is to turn in trading post as soon as we finish it and get the biscuits and stuff from that. Food's low because I traded off a huge amount of our food. As soon as this is done, I'm going to assign the person who's working on it to help with this thing, obviously. Should I slow down on... You know what? Let me bump a couple people from this and just try to have have people helping out with these tasks, running resources home and whatnot. Alright, well, we won't get our first trader until after the storm at this point, I think, but it's fine. And like I said, let's just go ahead and turn that in immediately. Get ourselves some food. I don't think we're going to need the food. I don't think we were actually going to run out, but I feel a little bit more secure now. Alright, and that leaves a couple of people on build mode. See some of these houses get completed, please. The bricks are getting back. Okay. Ooh, do I want to take on the next set of people already? 3 humans plus 1 frog is actually only 1 more house. And I'd rather take the tools for sure, but I don't have a good solution because we don't have any cloth, any fabric, and we don't have the ability to make fabric until this is done. So I think we can accept 4 people instead of 5, and then just like I said, do one more human house. But obviously this is a very tree heavy problem. So let's come over here and focus on these trees. Those frontline trees are just normal, but the ones beyond that, we will be able to hack away at some enormous trees for a while. Okay, we just need any of the human houses to finish. What does mosquitoes do? Production speed is slowed. Okay, that's not so bad. Now, one thing I will say is that I don't love this as a second glade for the purposes of figuring out where the seal is, because this indicator is pointing like very much in the direction of this glade. It's possible the seal's just in here, but I'm definitely, I guess it's probably, yeah, it's probably one of these two. My guess would be that one. I think it's usually a little further away. Alright, I guess we're doing okay for the moment. We're holding, even without the housing finished. Okay, that stuff's getting run back, which is great. We're certainly not going to be low on food again anytime soon. We can probably just go ahead and reassign some folks to this. This is a large pond. I kind of want to hold off until we open the second glade to see our new orders here. All right, let's make these pipes happen. In theory, I suppose. I think I cashed in those 2 points of reputation a little quickly. I should be waiting until we have a whole point of impatience to buy off. Okay, y'all don't have anything to do with that yet, so I guess for the moment just become haulers, like... We will have more to talk about once we're actually in this glade. So I guess actually that I want to change up the plan here. We're going to cut through a line of normal trees on the way into the glade. And then we'll stick on these large trees for a while after that. We should probably actually get a stonecutter's camp going. Alright, welcome aboard, Old Farluff. I'm sure we don't have anything meaningful to trade just yet. Sell goods worth at least 20 amber, reach standing levels. The rewards for making connections are certainly better. And we do get better amber prices for our goods this way. I think we'll go ahead and take that one. And then deliver a bunch of algae. Or make 12 comfort decorations. Like 10 packs of crops shouldn't be too bad to do. And I do love +3 permanent resolve for humans. I think we can make that one work. And then increases yields by 100% in all buildings that use fertile soil, but you lose all your food when you choose it. That's a little awkward. Or hunter-gatherers, just kind of a reverse a little bit. I think actually I'm going to re-roll this. I don't really love any of those. Free rain punk cart is kind of neat. Gain 15 amber every time newcomers show up is pretty good for us right now because we did just deliver all of our existing amber. Impatience grows slower every time you finish a trade route. I think is probably pretty strong. Actually, this should be really good for us because we're very strongly motivated to run trade routes as it is anyway. That should give us lots of time to accomplish our goals. And what do you have, my buddy Farluff? He has the designs for some buildings that are really expensive. He has just he has some parts, which is kind of neat. But on the whole, I don't feel like we're desperate to get a hold of any of this stuff. It's like buying a bunch of planks would maybe be the most compelling thing. But we don't have all that much trade value over here, and we're using a lot of it. So I think I'm just going to hold off. Okay, I'm going to turn off pipe creation. When those pipes finish, we'll have enough. All right, we have an open vault here and an indicator that this is indeed the clearing. No big surprise. Also, large roots, large meats. Okay, so that tells us a couple of kinds of things that we might care about. Brickyard makes bricks and pottery, and crystallized dew was the one thing that I remembered. We also have an algae pond. And we can get to work on that right away. All right, what's this one again? Perform the ritual or bury the entrance. To bury the entrance would be to commit a very large number of building resources. The other thing requires a little bit of extra love. Do we have access to scrolls or oil from you? We do not. The rewards for doing this are pretty significant. Okay, there's nothing relevant in that pack. I wonder if the right thing to do here might be to let Farluff expire. How many bricks was it? It's only 15, huh? Okay. I wonder if the right thing to do here is to... Let's just bury the entrance. Let's try to get this done. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit tricky timing-wise. Kills every living being within a radius of 20 fields. This will be a little tricky timing-wise if we can't get it going. We got to get going fast. Because you don't want to be running minus 16 resolve during the storm. Actually, minus 16 resolve would be difficult for us in general right now. No, that's actually probably not. That's probably not doable right now. Like, the harpies are at 14 with their coat need filled. Okay, so no, it does have to be this. We have to either get some scrolls or get some oil in a real hurry. So we could let Farluff expire and then rush the next trader and try to get somebody who will give us that stuff. If I turn off oil burning, we still have some sea marrow and some coal. Yeah, because I would be willing to accept half a point of impatience at this point in the run. So I think that's going to be the move. All right, y'all should focus on these big old trees right here. I think we can go ahead and do this. Yeah, we're over a point of impatience. There's no reason to wait on that. Let's deliver. Let's get some more people. Well, we now do need another harpy house, but we managed to pull that algae already, so we are producing fabric. And we're good aside from that, actually. Everybody else fits in the housing we have planned. Oh, with the extra people, we can start running some folks here right now. And we probably need to get a makeshift post does need to go up. Let's do some building stuff now. So we know some things that we want to do. I am inclined to take the plantation. I think plantation's a pretty strong farm. Brawling and education are not our strongest needs. Crown Chronicles is a pretty good bonus, but I think I gotta take porridge right now. I guess the pantry is a slightly better porridge producer. But I think on this one we'll take maybe... It's either coats or the tool shop. Like, tools and boots are both relevant. We do have larger than normal grade roots nodes, so foragers camp upgrade is relevant right away. I was kind of hoping we'd see an oil producing building, you know? Leisure and treatment. Like, religion is the only need that we have that overlaps our species. Yeah, this is a little awkward. If we're going to try to work pie into the mix, I didn't see a building that produced paste either. I wonder if this should be a reroll. This is kind of an unimpressive pull. Yeah, we got some decent buildings in there. So I'll let them finish pulling these roots, and then they can move on to pull those roots. The most important thing is we got a field design. And we got a design for porridge. It is worth noting, I suppose, that we don't have a geyser of any kind. So in order to make the porridge, we're going to need the water that would come from... This is inconvenient. Let me move this over briefly. Can we get rid of these? Yeah, we're going to need the water that would come from a rain collector, I guess. And that's not ideal. But we can make it work. We can do a rain collector. It's fine. Okay, that's, I guess, what that road looks like. And we have other new people who'd like to come in. I mean, oh, the 12 bricks is pretty okay. I think we're waiting on wood for all the human housing, right? We're waiting on planks. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We can get another frog house up right away. Design for frog house is very easy. And then we're going to need one more human house as well. And I just kind of need them to get it together on that front. Unfortunately, it's the lumber. It's just not enough raw wood. Nothing we can do about it. While I'm here, let's also, since it's not like there's any kind of big drain on our wood supplies or anything, let's also just real quickly get a couple of upgrades on the hearth. I should probably assign a couple of humans to this. We're partway through Drizzle, but they can still get something done on it. Alright, houses are getting finished. I guess the human houses were like, we're stacking up planks like partial. All of them had part of the wood for the design. Probably cut the build limit on these back just a little bit. Okay, so I was gonna do a thing and I totally spaced for a moment. Let's go ahead and do that. Lots of important things are going on. You can understand how I might. Uh, friend, none of these are the thing. I needed oil or scrolls. Okay. So this is pretty bad. We're going to have to bury the entrance, I think. Well, incense, resin, tea, you don't have any of this stuff, right? Yeah, you don't have any of this stuff. No, that's pretty bad. At this point, burying the entrance is going to... There's going to be a significant overlap. Yeah, 627. With the storm. Or... Or it's going to Miasma Cloud once. And I guess we're just going to have to do that. We're just going to have to let it Miasma Cloud once. Pull people back at around the time that it's doing that and not let that actually kill anybody. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Okay, so we get nothing for our half an impatience point here, I don't think, but also that's not that big of a deal. Half a point is kind of whatever. We'll be okay. So then let's talk about a brewery. I wouldn't want this to be too far from the warehouse, but I guess, like, if I put it all the way in the corner here, I think it's probably okay. Do it like that. Yep, and at first we'll just use whatever, and I guess we're going to make a rain collector. We can always smash it later if we decide we don't, if we find a geyser. Oh, I have two people assigned to the open vault. That's not necessary. They could be doing other stuff. They could be doing useful stuff. So are we going to pull this back? The crystallized dew might be worthwhile. I don't know that we need to dismantle that. I probably just won't make that decision right now. Is there anything else we should be gathering at the moment? Because we have a lot of people. I could be working a mine, but this is a pretty sad mine. Over here, we get the mine for 3 copper ore veins at least. I mean, that's not so bad. Yeah, okay. Let's do some mining. One thing that I think is really interesting about having access to a lot of early copper ore is that you actually can build the reinforced road. Each tile of it takes 1 copper, and it's a really significant speed increase. And I've not done much with that, but there's no reason we couldn't. All right, is this my... No, that's a human house. I did not build the makeshift post yet. Did I end up taking... We were looking at supplier. Right? Did I not end up taking that? I guess I must not have. Because actually that building makes provision packs, right? Oh no, provisioner. So okay, it's still on the table here. Yeah, that building makes provision packs. We don't necessarily have to build a makeshift post. We have a crop pack building already. Then again, the makeshift post makes packs of building materials that we could use to do some house upgrades. I think we might have frog house upgrades available too. We totally do. Ooh, rainwater storage. That's pretty rad, actually. bonus resolve is certainly something. At the start of the drizzle season, gain 1 pack of building materials for each villager living in a house with this upgrade. Oh, that's really interesting. So you commit some building materials to get them producing building materials. At the start of drizzle season, you get 3 packs per house. That's really cool. Yeah, all right. We'll make a makeshift post. We might actually want to try to engage in that sometime if we are ever not short on building materials, which is kind of hard to imagine. So I'll just put this here then. A little worried about the harpies during this oncoming storm. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do to fix the -2 or the 2 hostility problem. Like, we cannot walk that back. Also, we're low on food. I guess that makes sense. We have a lot of people. Yeah, and we don't have the ability to pull from these yet. Alright, got our hearth leveled up. No, we didn't. We almost have our hearth leveled up. Okay, hostility just ticked down. Oh, right, we gained a point of impatience. That's actually really well timed. Hopefully that'll help us survive the storm. Okay, Harpy Resolve is low in a way I'm probably not going to be able to do too much about. Oh, you know what? Their housing isn't all fixed yet. In fact, it looks to me like I forgot to build more housing. Or I forgot to put it in the plan. Okay, if this housing gets completed, they'll be ready to do the thing pretty quickly. I think we are gonna pull this down because I'm looking at our situation here and thinking we're gonna be hard pressed to have enough resources to do the berry. Without it, it just takes. We've been working so hard on getting everything else finished, you know. Does look like they're not going to get that fixed, but we can favor them now. I probably should bring on more people. I especially shouldn't bring on more harpies, but this obviously is very compelling. If we were going to do that, it would be this and 2 frog houses. It's kind of a lot of frogs. Okay. So many bricks. So many bricks. So I'm gonna have to pull everybody from working in that glade pretty soon. The thing's gonna go off about a minute 15 after drizzle begins. That's an inconvenient time to have to pull everybody back. Oh wow, it's gonna kill people all the way out to there, huh? I actually can't... I can't really do very much about that. We can... No, like the people who are just standing in the hearth space are in danger, and I can't stop that from being the case. Well... Yeah, there's nothing I can do. If it kills like 10 people, the impatience gain alone is going to be pretty harsh. All right, we're gonna dance these folks a little bit. We are going to lose some harpies now, even with the good housing, sadly. Okay, run out of gathering nodes, but that's fixable. So obviously we wouldn't be able to do the copper roads everywhere, but we can probably get some copper roads going in like the city center and stuff, or places around the warehouse. Maybe de-emphasize this for just a moment. I'm going to say go ahead and get this done. Yeah. We're going to need to be ready to pounce on that. I'm going to hold off on taking packs of newcomers until after the explosion happens as well, just in case, you know. This is not happening. Open two glades up within a couple minutes of each other is pretty doable. We prep for that. Gifts for the Queen is not horrible either. I don't know which of these I think is better. If I'm honest, I don't like either of them very much. I guess Hasty Explorer, and then deliver 100 salt. I don't seem to have any salt income. The rain punk drills are a really cool reward. Upgrade 2 geyser pumps. I mean, I would love to do that. And the reward's really good, but have at least 12 harpies. This is probably manageable. And then once you have 12 harpies, obviously it makes the need for jerky thing a lot more fulfillable. I really don't like the idea of having to deliver such large amounts of building materials. So I guess we'll go harpy villagers. And might be another reroll here. Okay. +2 to berry production is certainly compelling. Yeah, make lots and lots of berries from our berry farms. Okay, so with like... Oh. Just go ahead and unassign from there for the moment. The fishing hut is all done here. I'm gonna give it like 30 seconds. Okay, with 30 seconds, let's relocate some things. First of all, you lot need to come over here and start working on this side. And here we have some giant trees here that you can play with. The farmers we're gonna have to pull for just a moment. Let's deactivate this site. And I think that should get everybody out of there as best we can, right? Nobody's working in that building. We can deactivate these two. We can deactivate this build site so nobody steps over there. Yeah. All right, let's see what happens. I'm really hoping that the people, like, I'm hoping that the last tile it's actually counting as this, and that the little bit of visible overlap, like, it's not actually going into this tile, right? It's just that, like, I hope not. Okay, we lost 2 people. We did. I was hoping that was not going to happen, but whatever. All right, let's get committed on this. Are we really at 0 bricks in the brick storage right now? Let's deactivate that construction. Where in the heck are all my bricks? Oh, well, that's right. These 10 didn't get run back yet. So that's part of it. Okay, and then I just put humans work in this open vault, but that doesn't actually need to be humans. Those we need farm people. Where else do I have? Okay, humans working in the workstation. Well, hold on. Okay, let's let that finish, shall we? Okay, and also we will take on some extra folks here. So we have the housing for those people already built or building. And maybe I temporarily exchange... Okay, we can unfavor the harpies, and that'll keep everybody level through this getting fixed, and hopefully it'll get fixed really fast. I am going to put bricks on maximum priority now. And I do think I want y'all focused up here. This one can be reactivated. That one wasn't sleeping because I didn't want to spend the bricks. It was sleeping because I didn't want to have people walking over there. We are about to have a little bit of a food crisis. Just a tiny, tiny little food crisis. Okay, that fishing hut doesn't actually need people right now. We need upgrades. We need to get our makeshift post done. We need to contact Old Farloff, who has bricks if we want them. Oh yeah, I'm going to tell the hearth it can burn oil again. Do I want to buy bricks from him? We still don't really have a lot of stuff of value. I guess we have some spare leather at this point. Were I to, let's see here, we could put up like... Put up like 5 amber-ish worth of leather. Just to speed the process along, right? Because we want to be at this for as little time as possible. I will give you 1 additional leather. Yeah, okay. That should help. The harpies are starving. I imagine everybody's starving. We don't have any food. Okay. Alright, people have the bricks, so let's turn these back down, turn planks up. We're going to need a lot of planks in the near future. Okay, cool. And this is being worked. It's actually not cool. It took them such a long time to work it that we're still going to have significant overlap. It is so frustrating how long it takes for everybody to run anything ever. We're going to have significant overlap with the storm. But we can pause it and then have them come back to it, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be necessary. All right. You know, no more than like 9 of these at a time. We don't need packs of building materials. Do not do that. We have a thing for packs of crops, but I don't... Do I want to... Yeah, I guess I do. I guess I do want to get these done. Alright, so make what you can, where you can. It'd be cool to have humans working on this if we could. The woodcutters are all human. That probably doesn't need to be the case. How did that damage Harpy resolve? Why did Harpy resolve suddenly get so bad? That's really annoying. Did I have them working something they were comfortable at and now they're not comfortable? I don't think so, right? So we can reactivate this as well. Yeah, where's all this coming from? Well, hunger. Hunger is part of it. I don't much like having to do the dance headed toward the storm. That's pretty bad news. Okay, yeah. Theoretically, you know, don't use up all of the everything. Did we ever get our... Okay, we got our rain collector finished. So they'll have to use whatever water is available. They have all the water marked, so hopefully that won't be a problem. And are we currently building much? I guess I can reactivate that. So it's not a big deal to go ahead and just devote 4 people to the mine. Ooh. Oh, a miner actually died. Well, that's not very good. I mean, we're working hard. We're producing food as best we can. The berry farms are running berries back. There should be stuff for people to eat. Okay, and the first porridge is getting produced. This stuff is efficient, but this is going to be a rough storm. It's going to be a very rough storm. All right, we got some trade routes available here. This I will absolutely do. That's fantastic. That's not a great price for a tool. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. All right, y'all. Let's see how this storm hits us. Could be really ugly. Okay, the food stuff is clearing up a little bit. And not only should the food stuff be clearing up, but we should be starting to see the humans and frogs catch bonus approval, right? Okay, we are having blight rot cyst issues. That's going to have to get corrected, and I did not prep ahead of time. Where does the... Okay, the zone runs out to there. I mean, part of the issue is I need to clear space around the warehouse, right? Because there's stuff I would like to be nearby. But I don't want to be within hearth range. And that would be the primary sort of location to work it out. But we probably don't have time to screw around on this. I think I probably do have to just commit this somewhere. So let's see here. 1, 2, Yeah, let's see about that. Alright, and let's also start seeing some bonus resolve from porridge. There we go. Come on, frogs. You can do it. Just go eat. Just go have something to eat. They're kind of eating. They're doing a little bit. Am I selling oil? We have lots of sea marrow. Oh, this is like a pretty bad price, though. Yeah. A quarter of an amber worth of packs plus half an amber worth of oil for one amber is... That's pretty bad, actually. This, on the other hand, I think is actually quite a good price, even if I don't necessarily love dropping all of the construction materials. Okay, so we finished the packs of crops. If we build one more park, and we're going to want to eventually anyway, we can turn in aid for the human clan, which will be nice. Am I going to unfavor the harpies? I don't think so. I think we're going to just lose a frog, because the frogs shouldn't be negative. They should be eating, and they're not. Yeah, they're just not eating. I don't really want to stop this now. We're like really close to finished with it. So... And we just kind of, like, there's nothing we can do. We just kind of have to wait until the frogs stop being bad. Our foragers camp needs to get moved. Okay. We're not really in an awesome position to break through to the seal, but we do need to break through to the seal eventually here. Okay, the frogs finally started eating immediately after their immediately after they lost another person. It's basically just spite at this point. They're just being jerks. That's another like pretty bad deal. Alright, unfortunately we really can't afford to do anything here until I take on more people, and I'm a little worried about taking on more people right now and pushing us up a hostility level. So let's hold on until next season. I guess for the moment I'm going to swap the Firekeeper. We could be doing an impatience thing. If I lose a point of impatience, that's not going to be enough to push me up, but that plus the 3 humans probably will be, so let's just let this run for a minute here. Okay, we're all feeling much better now that the event is over. So at this point we probably could take on the extra people. Well, let's take on extra people in this way, I guess. We do need to improve our housing. No, we don't. No, we don't. I had 6 human houses already. For some reason. Alright, but with more people, we can now go ahead and replace the losses. Okay. Really hoping that this grove is going to have a, what do you call it? A geyser of some kind. Make my life a lot easier if we had a geyser. This is going to push over before the end of the season. So we need to get on that. I guess let me replace some of the miners. Alright, go get them, harpies. I believe in you. We're gonna have a hell of a time getting to 12 harpies if I'm constantly losing people like this. And we can't just try to push this up another level because we're missing a ton of stuff for that. Alright, what is this order? I mean, Good Friends is basically free. I do think beneficial agreement's probably a little bit better as a reward. Honestly... Oh, this is reach standing level 2. This is not free. That's tricky. This does specify in rain engines, which is a little awkward. You know what? I don't have to make that decision. We're not holding anything up for another 12 minutes. Yeah, we'll just let that one ride. Okay, please run out and fight fire. Yay. Well, fight fire. Firefight is what I meant. Hop it. Yeah, that slowed it down a little bit. I think we're still going to lose people. Okay, we sure are. Well, we'll just take back the human farmers. And we will build some more housing, I guess. Actually, it's only humans. Only humans that we're short on here. Oh, a brewer also died. Okay. Sometimes it takes a minute for all of them to read for whatever reason. Okay. And we survived that really, really ugly storm. I think that could have been a lot worse. So frequent caravans is starting to get a workout. I guess we could stack it, but that doesn't feel awesome. Every 3 burnt blight rot cysts lowers hostility by 10. You know, actually, I do not hate that. Yeah, let's take Baptism of Fire. We do need some hostility reduction, and I think that's an okay version of the thing. How are we doing on Amber? We have 9. 9 is not sufficient. Again, they're really short pricing us for a lot of our goods. The algae, though, like this is 16. This is about 2 amber worth of goods. How many times can we do that? We do it. Okay. I mean, we could do this. This is to Ghost Minneapolis. This would get us a whole... This is like a level and a half. It's going to prevent me from making fabric, but we got plenty of fabric. Okay. And I think with that in the books, the events from these 2 groves finally actually dealt with and everything, I think the time has come to do this thing. I think the time has come to reveal the path. It is we're getting there a little later than I ordinarily would like, but also we know what needs to be done. Have we actually done any of it? No, not really, but we know what needs to be done. We can get there. We have plans. I might just leave the humans on Firekeeper actually for a while here. We've got a reasonable number of workers, and I'm a little worried about impatience. Well, I guess there's still a lot of rep to be gained. Maybe we want to go back to Frog. I'll put us back on Frog for right now. Okay. A foundation. A foundation from which we can begin to strike at the evils buried beneath that seal. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, hopefully things are going to go just a tiny bit smoother regarding the Glade events and whatnot. Hopefully we're going to find a couple of the buildings that we so desperately need. And hopefully we're going to make it out of here in one piece. And we'll see you then.